Dead by Daylight is a game made to put you on edge. The game is an asymmetric multiplayer horror in which 4 survivors square off against a killer who needs to make sacrifices to the Entity, which is some sort of evil sky crab god. The killer's role is fairly straightforward: kill and sacrifice. Using an array of traps, weapons, and abilities, the killer stalks various farms and estates to find his favorite prey, hapless young adults who all somehow have at least a passing knowledge of repairing gas generators. After wounding a survivor, carry them to any one of the nearby sacrificing hooks and let the demonic claws do the trick. Sacrifices take time, and if you're not careful, your victim may escape with the help of a friend. Any sacrificial kill will net you at least some semblance of victory, although more kills definitely translates into a lot more points. The goal of the survivors is just to get the hell out of there. Survivors need to outmaneuver and outsmart the killer as best they can. There's fairly little they can do to take the killer head on, so they have to work to provide power to the gates leading to freedom. Working as a team will get you out faster, but sometimes it's every man for himself. Where Dead by Daylight shines is in its ability to make a multiplayer game feel like a true horror experience for both sides. Many elements of its design serve the dual purpose of instilling terror while also providing some actual in-game function. For example, playing in third person as a survivor places your head on a swivel, granting a creepy omniscience as you scan the surrounding area for the hunter. The killer is slightly more restricted in their first-person view, but the narrow scope and forced view changes will fuel your thirst for blood and push you to hunt relentlessly. Dead by Daylight also utilizes its mechanics to intensify those feelings of horror. Despite having a bad rap in other titles, QuickTime events will test your focus as a survivor. Each successful skill check improves your repair time, but diverts your eyes from looking for danger. Worse still, missing one can cause a bit of a ruckus. Along with low visibility due to fog and darkness, any movement or rustle can be cause enough to retreat. This sound design mixes incredibly well with the gameplay. Your heartbeat builds as the killer approaches, alerting you of how close they are, all while generating palpable suspense. The accompanying music makes every chase feel life-threateningly dramatic. For the killer, the creak of a metal door or the sounds of heavy breathing could hint at a survivor in your midst, but there's only one way to find out. These cat and mouse moments comprise much of the experience, and they keep the tension constantly elevated. Overall, the sound design is incredibly important, and you'll find your sense of hearing to be your most used asset when playing the game. Dead by Daylight also makes each game feel like a real horror scene, except instead of shouting at the screen when the idiot protagonist goes upstairs with no escape, you're shouting at yourself for jumping back and forth over a pallet, which the killer easily reads and counterplays. On-the-fly decision-making is important in any multiplayer game, but toss in a bit of constant panic and anyone can make a dumb call. Each match ends up playing out a lot like a horror movie, where decisions under duress produce acts of immense courage or cowardice, and they directly impact how the game progresses. Every match provides a different experience. Sometimes everyone makes it out alive, other times only a lucky few. No matter which side you're on, you'll quickly add to your repertoire of insane game stories, whether it's a narrow escape or the time you chainsawed a survivor while falling from a 2-story building. Dead by Daylight provides plenty of avenues to display your cunning skill or killer instinct. There's also an upgrade system that can provide perks to both your killer and survivor characters. The points used to upgrade are accrued from performing actions within a match, so even if you lose, you can still generate blood prints. These range from permanent character buffs to single-use items that can improve your chances in one match, even if only slightly. Adding a bit of charm, the perks and items are aptly named and add some depth to the somewhat sidelined lore of the in-game world. Every game is also a ranked match, so high-skill survivors or killers will usually be matched with similar counterparts. Dead by Daylight offers horror gameplay unlike many other games. It effortlessly immerses the player in their role as a scared survivor or hellbent killer, and uses atmosphere and mechanics to build scenes of tension and terror on a regular basis. As a multiplayer experience, both sides are pretty well balanced, and the developers have shown commitment to keeping the game fun and fair to both sides. This is an intense game, and its horror is heightened by the fact that the opposing player is just as committed to murdering you as you are to surviving. Fans of asymmetrical multiplayer and horror alike would be remiss to pass over a game that has wonderfully combined these elements of terror with online gameplay. We'd like to hear your horror game experiences, so leave us a comment to start a discussion. You can subscribe to our channel below, and you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter or support us on Patreon. Thank you for watching.